What it do? Alright, so I wanted to make a video. Oh, by the way, this is a YouTube mix. Lo-fi Brazil music. I usually like to listen to Brazilian trap. Also heavy metal even. Just various mixes on YouTube. Hopefully it's not too loud. I did a little sound check before and I turned it down a little bit, so you should be able to hear me clearly. But wanted to come to you all tonight, MGTOW retirement. I am going to be making a push to lose about 30 pounds in the next month or so. And what I have to do, or what I'm planning on doing, is mainly doing juicing and working on just eating salads. So right now, the lowest I've been is 320. I'm up to 326, and that's just because I'm trying to get rid of like food and stuff like that. And I haven't been walking for the past couple of days too. So with me, I can retain weight easily. So it's hard for me to lose weight somewhat. I mean, I say that, but I really do mean it. Like, I have to do a lot of work to lose weight. Also a lot of work with dieting. So that's me personally. Some people can do it pretty easily. I can gain weight pretty easily. I can gain my strength back pretty easily. So when it comes to working out, like, I can be probably like 2 months, I'll be close to what I was maxing out at maybe 3 years prior, and just not working out at all. That's my body type, that's what I've known about my body and how it behaves. And honestly, it's good and bad, but one of the things that actually helped me a lot, along with cardio and of course better dieting, is to actually just lift weights. Like, I lift weights like I'm gonna lose weight and cut back, or cut down. Past couple of days, I haven't been able to get out to walk because my left big toe has been in pain, and I think it was because when I was in Florida, I was walking like 2 times a day. And that was mainly to maintain the weight loss and everything like that, because there's good food down there. So I'm going to be doing a pretty big drastic cut, for me at least. And I'm going to be showing you my juice recipe. So I have a juice, I call it my Untitled juice. And it's oranges, carrots, lemons, apples, ginger, probably about 2 clusters or so. I'll put the ingredients on the page, or on not the page, but the video here and in the description. Making this juice takes quite a bit of time, but I usually have a little bit more time nowadays. And also with this juice, it does help a lot in terms of like even my skin. Like I have like dry feet. Like one of my foot is like really dry. Something that my mom even has, and this juice right here has really just cut that down. So I'm thinking I had like a vitamin deficiency of some sort, or nutrient deficiency, because of what I was eating. So I'm trying to do things better, or I'm trying to do better with myself and my body, especially, and that's a part of the whole MGTOW retirement. I talk about finances here. I mean, that's normal stuff in a sense. And I'm trying to do a couple other things to, you know, give you guys more content with that. But a part of it is the health portion of it. So right now, pretty big guy. I'm coming down from 350 or so. So already I've lost about 24-30 pounds. And I'm hoping to get down to 300 and then cut even further than that. So really on a journey about like maybe 100 pounds, probably even more than that. So like that'll be like 220, maybe 200. Around 200 is getting into the level that I should be in terms of the BMI chart. But yeah, let's get into it. I will be fast forwarding some pieces of this video and everything like that. So be prepared for that. But I'll be just cutting up these vegetables and juicing them. In terms of what I use for juicing though, I use the Power XL juicer. This is from Walmart. This is probably about 80 bucks. And then I use a simple Black & Decker citrus juicer, and this is probably about 20 bucks. This is like awesome, and like this, you just push down, it juices, and you put it in here. In terms of other things that I use, big pan here, and of course blades. Also, definitely get a sharpener, because I covered up a lot of vegetables now in terms of what I cook and everything like that. I cook a lot more. So these are pretty Cuisinart knife, and just get a nice sharpener, Faberware cleaver, and I'll use my strainer. Hold on. If you like that mix, it'll be in the description as well. But this strainer here, I usually double strain the juice. So I strain the first time going in, and then get most of the pulp and everything out. I haven't decided what I want to do with the pulp, so I've just been throwing it away. But eventually, I want to start. My mom will probably start gardening or something like that if she starts living with me. So she'll probably want to use it and everything like that, and I got to deal with that and make sure she throws it out of the house. But in terms of this here, this is. I double strain. So I strain the first time, made everything go through. Pretty much when I make this juice, I'll do everything, process it all. I usually don't have to actually empty out the food processor now in terms of my current recipe. My current recipe is a whole bag of carrots and about 10-15 oranges. So like I'll get like a nice hefty sized bag of carrots like this, and then a bag of oranges like this. One bag of oranges, and these are larger oranges. So this is from Kroger's. This is the navel oranges. Yeah, navel oranges. Your regular carrots, nothing crazy with this. I had to go to Kroger's tonight instead of Food Line. Oh, I like this one. That's good. Lemons. I only put probably about 5 in the whole mix. And then all of these apples, which is probably about 10 apples. 3, 6. Yeah, probably about 10 apples right here. So I'll go through, chop all those up here, and show you how the process. Also, another thing, I use this as a cup. So you can buy these at Walmart too. I had like a styrofoam cup I was using for quite a bit of time. And I measured that cup. I think this is probably maybe about 6 inches or so. It's not too big. But it fits right underneath the juicer spout. And then I put like a little napkin underneath that. I got 2 of these, and that's what I use to collect the juice and then pour it into the strainer, or through the strainer. One thing you definitely want to do is keep your garbage bin right next to you. Just makes things easier. Keep everything close so that you can work faster on this. And what I'll start doing is cutting up the carrots, and also cutting up the carrots and then cleaning them. So with carrots, all I have to do is I'll actually use the same brush I use for my dishes. I'll clean this off, like, make sure it's not soapy or anything, or there's no food or anything like that. But just making sure that I don't peel these at all. I will just like go ahead and wash the outside and the exterior, making sure that's at least clean enough, and get rid of any like pesticides or anything like that. I do it all in the hot water. With the oranges, I don't clean those. I clean the apples because again I'll be putting that through the juicer as well, so that skin will get in there. What else? And that's pretty much it. So let me get to it. I find that using a cleaver is a lot easier when dealing with the carrots. Anything else, though, it's a little bit harder. Sometimes I do add pineapple to this whole mixture as well. But I'm trying to keep the cost low, and there's really no need for it in terms of flavor, in terms of what's added. It is good for nutrients, especially if you have really good pineapples. Food Line, my local Food Line, does not have good pineapples. They freaking suck. But Kroger has great pineapples. But I don't feel like going to 2 different stores, so it's either one or the other. Sometimes I find that with Kroger, it's a little bit further, not much. But I find with Kroger, they don't always have the same produce all the time. But what I'm seeing with Food Line, the 2 times that I've been there, they keep their shelves in their produce section pretty stocked. So it's just something I have to deal with in my town. So with the apples, I cut off the bottoms, and that makes it easier to cut it into 4s. But the bottoms will be put into the processor, even with the seeds. I just chop everything. It makes it a lot easier than trying to separate stuff. This I will use a full knife, and just be careful with the way you're cutting it. Remove stem. So now that we got the apples and carrots cut, now I can just actually go ahead and process these through the juice processor. This, I just cleaned it the other day, so there's no real need to rinse it out. It's actually still kind of wet. That's probably not. Yeah, that smells bad right there. So yeah, so with this, I will just get a nice little napkin here, put that underneath. Yeah, everything's in frame. All right, cool. And I like the collector here at the back of it. Can't really see it, but the collector at the back of it, this little piece here, I just gotta make sure that's really underneath. Oh shit! Oh, I like this song. Hey. I got put onto like Brazilian trap, Brazilian like house or techno or whatever. With this guy named Sango, and I think it's Sango, and he's on Bandcamp, and he used to do Da Rocena, something like that, and I think I'll link it in the description. But like he has like a freaking the Favelas, and he has like a whole bunch of tracks on there that are freaking sick. Definitely, I'm gonna link him in the description. But guys need to check that out. I really do like it. But yeah, so in terms of going through the whole processor, these things are hard to clean. I usually let them soak for like overnight and everything like that once it's all done. But to conserve on space, I will go ahead and do the processing of all of this first. This should fill up this, what is this, like a quart or something like that? This song starts at the 27:38 or 27-minute 38-second mark. Really cool track. I love this. I'm going to be re-listening to this probably a little bit later. Probably why I edit this. So this is really good. Alright, so always I only plug in one machine at a time for safety. This juicer is very dangerous in terms of like if you get anything caught in it. But there's like a lot of different checks and stuff like that, like to make sure that you don't do that. So let's try and get this in frame. This is gonna be a banger, I already know. Alright, let's get it. So with juicing, what I've noticed is, and I gotta talk extra loud because I turn stuff up. But with juicing, I noticed with this juicer, you have to just be slow with it. You can burn the motor out or overheat the motor, but it doesn't burn it out totally, thank God. I almost did that when I first started, putting too many carrots in at one time. Also, I put the carrot in the tip first and then the flat side up, so then it's easier to push down with this here. I overheated it. Whoa. So this carrot got stuck in there sideways, so you gotta figure that out. So this processor gets filled up pretty quickly, so it's a lot of carrots. So, you know, this will be probably the last time I gotta clean it before the final cleaning. But just clearing out all of this stuff here and the collection tray and everything like that. But just taking it apart's pretty easy in terms of just taking this lever down and that's it. Seems I overheated it too much, so I'll have to come back to this. So now I'll just cut up the oranges and all the citrus stuff. Get back to this. Damn, that sucks. But it's pretty cool, the juice it creates. So this is all the apple juice, and then the carrot juice sits on top for the most part, and then all the apple like pulp and all that stuff. And then this is just straight carrot juice here. So yeah. It's kind of surprising how juicy carrots are. So I don't have to put any water in this. This is all just from it, you know, coming from it. So that's pretty cool. Oh man, that sucks. I hate when this happens. And I was talking about it, and it happened. I noticed that you don't have to like roll these or anything like that to soften them up or to better juice them. You can if you want to. It's more work, especially when you're juicing a lot of this stuff. Also, what I've noticed is that, hold on. I don't know if this is an orange or a freaking grapefruit. This shit is huge. Juicing is very messy. There's no real way around that. You just have to try and work as cleanly as possible and come up with a system when working with it. Sometimes I cut these vegetables a day in advance or something like that, so I don't have to deal with all this all at once. But yeah, it is what it is. How about that? Alright. Usually when I'm juicing orange or citrus, I'll like kind of feel, like just kind of press on it while I'm going, like while it's going around here, and that helps catch all the edges and everything like that. And then of course, when I take it up, juices it pretty good, so it gets everything out of there. Also, we don't want any water or outside water. It'll dilute the juice in terms of its taste and everything like that, and I don't want that. So what I usually do is, even with this type of stuff, once I get enough of the pulp, the meat and everything in there, I'll actually take a bowl like this, and I'll push it against it, and then that gets all the rest of it. So make sure you get every little bit of that good old juice. Oh, pushing too hard. Okay, so we got like 32 ounces worth of orange juice. So that's just orange juice alone, and I got 2 more orange halves to do, or 4 more orange slices to do, or 2 whole oranges, and then the lemons. So it's quite a bit. As far as this, I'll pour everything through it, and then I'll strain that, or I'll press that down once I'm all done. This is kind of the hard part to do sometimes. You gotta press down and then twist up, and you just do that from the top. Especially when it's slippery, it's kind of hard. So pour all that in there. Oh, kind of losing some. Alright, we're all done with the citrus, so I'll pour this in a little bit, but first we got to get what we got in the strainer here juiced out, or extract the juice. So I usually have about 2 plastic spoons, and I have 1 metal spoon, so I use the other plastic spoon that I have here. Wash the hands. I don't like the citrus feel on my hand. It gets really dry, so. But this, a lot. So I just scrape the bottom of the strainer, and you hear all that juice come out. Alright, so let's get a bowl. So what I'll do, again, hands clean and everything like that, push down, and that helps get the last bit of juice out of all this pulp. And you can do this at different times, with, probably with less pulp, so you can get better results. But usually you'll feel the pulp kind of come through, and usually I'll kind of like scrape the bottom of it a little bit, and then that helps clear things up a bit. But for the most part, this will be almost like a paste when you're done. And I wouldn't doubt that this would be good for a garden as well, so, or a compost heap for fertilizer and all that. Now, I don't add too much lemon because it'll overpower everything else, and also you don't want to add too much in terms of sweetener. Sometimes I will add extra, or I'll add organic honey, but recently, because of me working out this formula or this recipe for this juice, I don't need it anymore, so I don't add any more honey. But if anything, I'll put honey mixed with some filtered water, and then put that in the microwave, heat it up. That liquefied honey now, I'll just pour it into the juice mix and just mix it all around. So that's pretty much it for the citrus part. This gets super messy. It's like, it's everywhere. But, yeah, same thing. So I'll get to the other juice, juice the rest of the carrots, I should say, later. But for now, I'll just add it to this juice here. We have quite a bit of juice already, so this is like 32 ounces. So that's mostly all. That's all the citrus. And then we'll add the apple and carrot juice right now. This, of course, too, will also be strained so we can get rid of all the pulp. And same thing in terms of straining this out. Same thing, just put it through a strainer. This is a lot easier and it's a lot faster though. This is a 2-hour mix, really good. I'm loving it so far. And as far as, you know, like all this stuff here, I mean, I'm sure you can eat this, do something else with it, probably mix it into something else. It's really just reduced carrot, or it's just carrot mush. So this, and you can mix it with all the other pulp as well. And I'm sure you could do a lot of stuff with that. So, but I don't plan on doing anything, and I usually just throw it all away. I do want to start doing some more gardening and stuff like that, so this would be great in like a compost heap in a couple months, mixed with like the Georgia soil down here to make it even more nutrient rich. But yeah, that'll be it right there, and throw that out. Crap, now it's all on the damn floor. So everything's all processed. What I will do is run a little water through this just to kind of clear it out and get anything else that's left in there. And then of course clean it out afterward. Almost forgot one of the most important thing. I was like the last 2 or 3 times I did this, I couldn't even get this. So let's make sure you put our ginger in there. So when I say a cluster or 2 of ginger, this is probably about 2 clusters for me in terms of taste. First time I made this juice, I put too much ginger in there. Ginger, of course, is a ground root, so something like this I'll definitely wash off. Alright. Ginger doesn't produce a lot of juice, but the juice that it does produce is very, very potent. It's very strong. So you don't need much ginger at all. I will be putting this last cluster in there if I can get it in there. But what we'll do is go ahead and cut this sucker. Hopefully that makes it easier to process. This processor is good, but with things that are kind of small and you can't push down, then it'll cause the machine to stop up a little bit. So that kind of sucks. But let's see if we can get this going. As I said though, we're gonna pour this straight into it. This one is not as pulpy as the last time, so this is really good. Yeah, even if I strain this, it wouldn't be a big deal. But I pour it directly into the juice, as opposed to through the strainer. So now, this is the point where, if necessary, I would add honey or anything like that, but I'll just mix it around. So I try to rinse this out. Don't use any soap or anything like that. I did say wash earlier, but I meant rinse. And then I rinse the strainer as well, which is what I was doing off camera there. And literally for this right here, just pour it in. Double straining it makes it really smooth, just like this song. Again, juicing is like very messy, man, and it creates a lot of stuff. You know, it would be cheaper just to buy a good juice. Sorry, I had to get the funnel. It'll be cheaper just to buy a good juice and call it a day, but like, it's not going to be as nutrient rich as this. Also, you can be a little bit more picky with, in particular, with the recipe, what you put into it, and everything else like that. So you can really make your own, but it's going to cost you in terms of time, and then of course clean up, because there's a lot of mess that you make because of this. Like, I mean, look at the carnage. Like, there's stuff underneath here that I have to deal with. Then all the stuff in here that it needs to be dealt with. So I'll think about this, like, as I'm like thinking about how to redesign this kitchen. But like all this stuff, I gotta clean all this stuff, so that's a pain. Alright, so this we pour carefully. Face the stout towards you. Get a good grip. And I like to try and be a little bit higher. And then steady. I can get like a big funnel. Probably need to go to like an auto parts store and get one of those oil funnels. And this funnel has no filter on it, by the way. Do any funnels have filters on them? Anyways. Almost done. I watch the level as it comes up, of course, to the top. But that's just common sense, but I'm saying it anyway. It looks like we got about a gallon. Usually if I have like the pineapples and such in there, you get more than a gallon. Looks like we're gonna get right up to the tippity top. Oh. Yeah, we got a gallon. Nice. That's it. So we got our juice. Cap this sucker off. And then I usually like to give it a good rinse for the container. And this juice tastes good even when it's room temperature and all that, but it tastes even better when it's cooled. So I put this in the fridge immediately and pretty much finish it in like 3 days. So this will probably be done by today's Saturday or Sunday really. And I'll probably have it done by like maybe Wednesday, Thursday at the latest. And I already bought enough ingredients for another batch. So yeah, gallon of juice, man. Ital is vital. So this is a part of MGTOW retirement, taking care of yourself, and in my case, doing the work that's needed to make sure that I can stay here a little bit longer and, you know, live this life. So this is what I got to deal with in terms of cleanup. Oh man. So, but hey guys, as always, you know, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and I hope this helps some of you probably get into juicing. A lot of people like the green juices where they're using mostly vegetables. I'm not that type of guy. I like the fruit juices, so something like this, it works very good, along with like in the morning, taking a little bit of apple cider vinegar and just, you know, just very, very small amount, almost like a teaspoon, putting that at the bottom of the cup, and then putting some of this juice on top of it definitely helps with weight loss, and then also helps you with other nutrients in terms of just like better digestion and stuff like that. Along with just eating better, just help you with digestion. And then I have my men's vitamins. I take about 4 of those in the morning as well. But that's my morning routine. This is kind of like my breakfast, if you will. And it definitely helps me in terms of getting my day started, because I'm usually not used to eating breakfast at all. But yeah, this is definitely a good addition to my regimen. So I'm going to start cleaning up, man. But hey, as always, thanks for listening. Peace.